Hello, people. How's everybody doing tonight? 7th second here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. I've been at a developer conference all day, so my day was kinda chill. Not a lot happened. I think couldn't you solve that with a rebase? In that how that works?
Pretty straight.
Hey, oi. Hold on. Thank you for the host. I'm pretty sure that's how this works. Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? You're thinking of the wrong thing. Oh, I guess maybe it is. Maybe. Subversion is weird. Yeah, I don't know so much about how Subversion would do it, but... Oh, I imagine. I am absolutely waiting for this game to scramble my brain. And don't worry, the VODs are always there if you want to catch back up after the fact. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I just remembered something else. I'm really glad I don't work downtown, because where I live, going from the area I was in downtown to where my apartment was took 50 minutes, something dumb like that. And it's not that far of a drive, so most of that was in stop and go traffic. So the 3 months out of sync, that starts to get rough. I was gonna say, like normally, for reference, my commute home is like 25 minutes on the average. It tends to somewhere between 25 and 30. But I live relatively close to work. And I also leave at a really good time. If I left like an hour later, that would be a 45-minute commute home, maybe 50. And then, just because of how nasty the traffic in the area I have to go through to get home is. But if I stayed in the office till 7:30 or 7, I'd probably have a 15-minute commute home. So, but like, it's not bad to leave when I leave. So, because again, 25-minute commute's not bad. I've had 2-hour commutes before. Back when when I was in college and I was doing my co-op job, it was the very first semester for it. Lee, we don't got a lot left. I think I have 2 endings left to get. I think that's 2 major endings left to get, and we have some information. I don't think we have all of it yet. If I was redoing the puzzles again, I think I would just it might take me a minute, but I would remember most of what I would need to do. Maybe the intricacies would be lost and I'd have to refigure those out, but most of the big puzzles I could just figure out. But yeah, no, I had what is that? From where I was staying, because when I was doing my co-op job, I ended up not getting the job until like a week or 2 into the semester. So at that point, it was too late to get. I mean, maybe I could have gotten housing at Tech, but that probably wouldn't have worked out as well. So I had already moved home and was sort of planning to just be at home for the summer. And then I got the co-op job that came in, which there's an entire story behind that. And unfortunately, from where my parents' place is to where this co-op job was, in good traffic, would be about 50 minutes in no traffic. Unfortunately, this took me not only to the 20 and 285 interchange, which is really nasty, but it also took me through Spaghetti Junction, which, if you don't know, Spaghetti Junction is this extremely complicated set of overpasses and underpasses that merge two of the bigger highways in town, along with like two exits that also happen to be at that point. So it gets really nasty and tends to get really backed up very easily. Did you look and see what the name of the ending was for the Mexican standoff? I have to go look at that. We'll do that once we actually get in the game. But like, that commute was easily 2 hours every day. And it wasn't 2 hours it was 2 hours one direction. Like, going to the office was 2 hours, and then going home was 2 hours. So it was always super nasty. If I was smart, what I would have done was I would have joined a gym when I was done with work for the day, and then just gone over to the gym in the because I think there was either one in the building or there was one nearby that I could have joined, and just gone over there and worked out every day after work. And that would have been significantly better than probably sitting in 2 hours worth of traffic on the way home. But I got very lucky in that the other semesters that I worked there, because I worked there 5 semesters, it's a great place to work. I got to see some really cool shit. Back before like high speed data was really available, back before like 3G was available, or when it was just 3G, we were doing testing for mobile video devices. Think of it like a cell phone whose entire purpose is to access like your cable subscription or your satellite cable subscription and be able to play video in an area. And this was like, there was some cool stuff where we were testing like mobile broadband Wi-Fi, because again, at that point it was just 3G. I didn't even have a smartphone at that point, so I couldn't even take advantage of it. I didn't have that money. Although I mean, I guess I had the money, but I didn't want to spend it on a smartphone at that point. But the subsequent semesters, I managed to always get in a room on Georgia Tech campus, and that was a much easier commute. Especially considering that on most of the semesters, I was actually commute swapping with a coworker. So it would be like 1 week I would drive, and then next week he would drive all 5 days, and then and just back and forth the entire time. Which not only saved me on gas, it also saved me on stress. Because like, sure, it was annoying to have to drive a week, but there's also a week where I'm not driving. So it was pretty good. I did learn something else because I was talking with a friend specifically about the Mexican standoff scene in relation to everything we just learned recently. And I went, wait, no, that wasn't a thing, was it? So, let's just jump over to it, right? That's the wrong corner. All right, so when we looked at this, what is the ending for this? Perceptive is the name of the ending for that? Is just called Perceptive. I like it. I think it's this one. So this is the one where we try to shoot Mira, and then Eric fucking jumps in the way and gets hit in the heart.
No, you won't. Eric. No.
So
No. I just. And lest we forget.
So this was the point where he's like, you know, she shoots twice here, right? And I went, wait, does she? I didn't even consider the fact that she shot twice. But yes, she shoots twice because there's 2 people on this side.
Better not try to weasel out of this.
Didn't even consider that it was 2 shots. I had just assumed she shot the kid twice. And that's not what happened. Because there's 2 people in there.
The current casualties. C team, Carlos, Junpei. Q team, Q.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, that was another one of those motherfuckers. Y'all put this right in front of me, and I didn't even see it. All right. Let's go to the flow chart. We are missing this, but I think we can find that from the team flow chart. We have the Bobby ending. This one was happy end. Is there any other yellow endings that we got? I don't think so. I think those have so far been the only 2 yellow endings. All right. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to go check. At the moment, at least. Because we really only have like a little bit left. Who we have this, which is the fragment we were looking for. Okay, so this is literally the last thing we have to do at the moment. We've done everything else that we can do for D team. We've done everything else we can do for C team. And I'm assuming that all 3 of these are going to be like down over here. Because we've already done red team's force quit box. And I think we did blue team's force quit box. That's C team and D team have had their force quit boxes done. So I think we have to do a little bit, get Q team's force quit box, and then we get the real ending. I think. So I guess there's going to be like one other weird ending over here, and then we can go back and do their force quit box. I think. Sounds right. All right. Let's see what this is. Because again, we don't know the answer to the force quit box problem yet. Oh, and there's 2 dead ends over here? Hell yes. Let's get super weird. Me. Really? Right now? Body. So Eric just got scanned a few seconds before.
Why?
Oh no. He got shot before because he's like, let me show you what the fuck I'm talking about. And he was gonna shift to another timeline where I'm assuming he's going to use the pod to basically make one of his own bodies pop out.
Why?
Shut up! He was trying to make me look the fool. He probably figured I wouldn't shoot.
You look like a jackass right now. Yeah.
No! No!
Hey, cut that out, Eric. No. I won't stop. Not until you're all dead.
We should have just shut. The more we learn about Eric, the more I'm like, man, him getting killed for Mira is like the best thing for the entire group.
Why?
Didn't I say already? Because one of us is the one who killed Mira.
I still don't know who the hell killed her, by the way.
It's you, isn't it?
I told you, it's not
You're gonna have to prove it.
proof. I don't have any.
Then I'm killing you.
Wait! Please wait!
What do we do here?
I know. Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe if I take this helmet off,
Oh.
I think you'll understand then.
So, your face will prove your innocence? Fine. Take it off.
I think the bad end here is if you don't remember the code. I mean, I guess you could have gotten here without knowing the code.
The number for this is... I think it's...
Pretty sure we have this. It should just be this code, right? 61404091. Should just be that, right?
What? Are you serious?
Wait, what is that achievement? So this is Schrodinger's cat? Is the name for this achievement?
Can't be.
No. Yeah. I'm not human.
That makes you even more suspicious.
No, it's because I'm not human that I can't be.
What do you mean?
How are we going to use this to get around here?
My blood, it's white, not red.
So what?
Remember how Mira had some skin and blood under her nails?
Also, I didn't think those cards would be fucking razor sharp on the other side. Doesn't know if it's dead until you open it. It's kind of a weird achievement, but okay. Yeah, weird flex, but all right.
Wait, well, I guess you wouldn't because of the memory loss, but...
No. You're right. When I tried to revive Mira, I took a look at her.
Then you realized... I think the skin and blood is that of the killer. Before Mira died, I think she did her best to resist.
I see. I suppose you're right then. You didn't kill her. But no. It doesn't change the fact that you existing is suspicious. I mean, come on. Why is a robot here?
Well...
I don't know how we get out of the second half of the situation.
Zero brought me in.
What the?
Zero created me so I could support him in this game.
I knew it!
Well, then what does that do?
Wait, Eric! Out of my way! I'm gonna kill him!
Please, just calm down, Eric.
Shut up!
If what he said is true, then he would be able to tell us who Zero is.
Didn't think about that, did you, motherfucker? Why don't you fucking put the gun down? I'm not gonna lie. If you ever got the gun away from Eric here, immediately tie this man up. Lock him somewhere where he can't do shit. It's too much of a fucking loose cannon.
Do you know? Fine.
What's the price of that information? One shotgun, please.
If you know, then tell me right now who the real Zero is. What's the name of the bastard who locked us up and forced us to take part in this messed up game?
Oh God, excuse me.
Zero's name is...
So, like, at this point, I see how the two dead ends work. I don't know what it means beyond just...
Zero. The real Zero is...
Is he gonna shut him down because he's about to spill the beans?
You, Delta.
Delta?
I've heard that name before.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. You guys wouldn't know. Because you transported into this history.
Hell, would you stop yapping, Sean?
This is the first fucking time that I can think of in any of the timelines where he is specifically calling him by his name. Because again, the entire game we're led to believe that Sean is Q and that it isn't Delta. And then this is, I think, the first time where we see that his name is Delta, and that even here where Eric calls him Sean, he's never called him that before. They made a very, very good job of disguising who everyone was talking to when they're referencing Q.
This old man's name is Q.
That's right.
That's what he was called at DCOM.
Yeah, I called him that. And Mira, she always called this man Q, too.
Then...
Do we get to see what he actually looks like outside of the Zero costume? They probably haven't seen him stand up before. Oh, is he gonna have red hair? Robotnik?
He stood. This guy totally stood.
You're completely correct, Sean. My real name is Delta.
He spoke.
I thought you were supposed to be deaf.
Whose voice is that? Hang on.
Okay, and here we are. All of you will be living together here in the DCOM facility.
The old man in the wheelchair, too?
Uh-huh. His name is Q. It should be obvious, but he can't walk. What's more, he can't see or hear either.
He can't hear.
Nope.
But then why?
If he can't see or hear, how the hell does he know of anything that's going on? Would have been my first question.
Strangers living together on Mars for an extended period of time? What kind of problems would that bring? How would the subjects figure out solutions to the resulting troublesome situations? According to the DCOM staff, that's what the experiment was trying to determine.
Like the chair-bound old man. They put us in a difficult position on purpose. To observe how we get out.
Did he say that actually, or did he say something else?
So, you're saying it...
It was all a lie.
And your eyes.
What the hell?
This is...
There are a large variety of security cameras in place.
Is that DC Douglas? Is that DC Douglas? That sounds like DC Douglas. Not. I mean, Royal will do it too because that I just need to find Kamashita. course, it's the wrong one. I need the original one. I don't need Royal, you fucks. Okay. Fine. Give me Persona 5. I don't need Persona 5 Royale, you son of a bitch. Not Scramble, not Royal, not Dancing in Starlight, not the animation. That is DC Douglas. Okay, I was like, I swear to fuck, I recognize that name. Why? I need you to talk more, sir, so I can hear. Didn't we find... Okay, sorry. Completely distracted. Didn't we find... specs like these in a room at one point? And they were, like, broken, and we had to rearrange them? Didn't we do that, in, Shit, I don't remember what path it was. I remember it was in one of the rooms. I think so. I think it was in one of D-Team's escape rooms. Maybe in the locker room? Something like that. Yeah, there was a video playback and there were like different modes on them.
A feed of all the footage is fed in, and they all appear there.
So, you used that to spy on us the whole time?
Yes, I did. However, it is limited to those histories where I am alive.
Alive?
Histories?
Hello, Dad.
Hey, Sigma, go take off his clothes.
Huh?
That's an aggressive question to just say.
Just hurry and do it!
There is no need. This is what you wanted to see, correct?
You bastard!
Why would he kill Mira in this timeline?
Hold on, don't do it, Eric!
If you shoot, we won't be able to ask him anything.
This is where you negotiate with him. This is where you negotiate with Eric and say, listen, we'll let you shoot him. We'll let you shoot him as much as you want. But we have to ask him questions first.
So, was it you who killed Junpei too?
No. Mira was the one who did that.
Oh!
What?
She was, in a sense, a collaborator. She was a necessary element
Really?
of my plan. But it wasn't that I gave her a specific set of orders. I simply let her roam free and do as she pleased. Oh, I did exempt her from the drug injections.
Wait, so she was just...
Why?
Whoa. So she was just faking passing out every time? I mean, I guess she wouldn't have to fake out entirely, because if Eric gets knocked out and and Sean gets shut down every time on the cycle, doesn't matter what she does. So she was just faking it because she wanted to fake it?
Why'd you kill Mira?
She's a serial killer. The Heart Ripper. Many innocent people lost.
There's the face of a man who just had his mind fucked.
Their lives because of what she's done. I only gave her her due punishment.
What are you talking about? bullshitting me!
It's the truth. In another history, you and Diana and Sigma were all murdered by her.
I was right. I was right. It was her in the hooded cloak.
Shut up! You're just making shit up! I will never believe you! There's no way my angelic mirror would ever...
No, Eric! Don't shoot! We haven't asked him everything yet.
Shut up! I don't care! The X door will never open again!
It'll open. Of course it will.
What?
So, should we ask him how?
Right. The old man. Delta.
Can you guys like find a way to get that shotgun away from him? Like,
I see. I get it now.
uh-oh.
We need this boy. I mean, Sean. He needs to get direct access to the central control computer.
Did we ever figure this
Is that
out?
right?
But
What?
to connect to it directly, I need to extend a cable from my neck and plug it into the console jack that's inside. But, well,
It looks like the cover is shut.
Were we ever told
yeah.
this?
We would need to open this first.
What's the code?
Code?
Don't play dumb. The code to open the damn cover.
It's 38080832.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. 3808. Write the code down correctly. Oh, 8. Wait, write it down. 0832. Okay.
It opened.
Now we just need to extend the cord and connect it.
He's still gonna shoot.
Okay, it's ready.
Okay. A, I didn't think he meant 3 chords. B, I didn't think that was how they would connect. I thought we were about to get like a Ghost in the Shell thing. I thought it was going to be like the cord pops out of the back of his neck and he like plugs it into a single slot. Not ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. 3 massive ass chords that I don't even want to know where he was keeping those. Or where they were in this scene.
Just wait a sec. I'll open the X.
Dumbass. Whoa! He shot twice? Who else did he shoot?
Huh? Why?
No! No, I...
Wait!
My
Fucking
hand just-
excuse me?
I have no more use for this history. There's only one thing left to do.
No! Wait!
What in the hell? I mean, couldn't you have done this like 10 seconds ago? I mean, I feel bad for Sean and Sigma. I don't feel bad for Eric in the slightest. It's fucked. But this is about to get really weird because I mean, we know that's his mom. Is that the only reason he didn't have her shot?
Mom.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think that last code we got is the way we get Q Team's box open, I think. I thought it was going to be he shot Zero and then he shot Sean. Or not, he shot Delta and then he shot Sean. And that wasn't the case. I'm not going to lie. I felt a little bit of like, it felt good to watch that jackass Eric get shot. He didn't deserve that. This is true. He was kind of mind fucked. He's suddenly told, oh, hey, you know the lady that you've been dating for a while? Yeah, she's a serial killer, and that's why I killed her. And he has a shotgun, and he's in theory in control of the situation. So it's like, he also had like a lot of other things. Honestly, that is not the way I thought that ending would go. I thought that ending was going to be, hey, we need to prove to Eric that Carlos can shift. And then he would like pop out of the pod, not, oh, we're going to go prove that Zero, that it's Sigma over there. Q, excuse me. Oh. You know, I got very lucky. That I didn't play any of the songs that get my video claimed. I was on the wrong song playlist. I was on the all music. I have a music all right, we're just gonna blur and just choose that one. You realize what happened with Eric at the very end, right? What exactly happened? I don't quite understand how Zero made him do that. Like, unless he's also a robot, but then that wouldn't make a lot of sense. I know it's obvious he blew his head off. But like, I don't think I completely understand exactly how he made him do that. When did Zero Time Dilemma actually come out? Oh, so he came, it literally was a year before Persona 5. Okay. I'm looking at DC Douglas' page while we got the credit scrolling. I'm trying to see what else I would recognize him from. Or what else I would recognize DC Douglas from. Because I know I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Oh, of course he's Wesker's voice in like fucking everything. That's probably the thing I would know him from the most is all the Wesker voices. I really do need to replay through Vesperia because I didn't really. He was Jazz in Eternal Sonata? God, I don't remember that game at all. I cannot tell you a single thing about that game except what the final boss is. Not a single thing. And like the only other part I remember is like the extra dungeon. The super dungeon, like the bonus dungeon. I completely forgot. I've heard his voice for a long time. It came from within? You what? I didn't play the .hack GU game, so I wouldn't have recognized him in that. The first game I can think of that I would have played him in, that I would have recognized him in the timeline, is Eternal Sonata. In 999, wasn't there something that mentioned about how if someone was a potent enough sender, an Esper, they could influence others through the... You know, they did talk about that. And I mean, he's fucking like 90 years old. He's had all this time to craft his craft. Okay, so we have to go back to this ending, and we have to get the answer wrong twice, because I need to see what... I'm assuming he just shoots Q and then shoots everybody. I don't know. So... Oh, okay. I thought it was like you put the code in wrong and it's not right. Yeah, so I think he just shoots Q, or shoots Sean here.
Crap! I don't know!
You bastard! You're fucking with me, aren't you?
Again, you think they would have noticed no blood?
Oh, God.
Is everybody dead here? I think everybody's just dead here. Oh, it ends there? Okay. I'm assuming it's the same ending again. If we come back here and we don't know, we can't answer. So wait, what happens if I go back and like the initial one? What happens if I just put 0 here? Who is 0? 0 is 0.
I know that! I want you to give me his name!
Okay. I imagine it's going to be very much like the other ending. Is that Eric laughing or is that... All right, Sigma, do me a favor right now. Charge his ass. So he's like right there.
Oh, screw it! I'll just kill all of you!
Oh, and yeah, there's actually a third shot there too.
I'm coming to you, Mira.
Honestly, no, he gets almost everything he fucking deserves in this game. All of the shit he does in this game. He deserves a lot of it. He deserves a lot of it for being an absolute just unit of jackassery. All right. Because that's just how he is. All right. So we open their box. I'm assuming it's the same code. Is it the same code? I mean, I guess we'll see here in a second. Oh, that's right, because in this code we're coming to start the thing. The MacGuffin.
I know.
Know what?
The way you start up the system. First, we need to get the cover off. There's no way we can insert the plug if we don't.
The plug?
Please, just shh. I think the number is...
Thank God in this one, Eric doesn't have a shotgun. We don't need any more reasons for him to be an idiot. So they're not opening their force quit box here.
Ah, it opened!
Now all we have to do is insert the plug here.
So, where is this plug?
I think if we input the right numbers here.
What?
Wait. What do numbers for your head have anything to do with the plug for this?
I should just do it. You might get it then.
Stop avoiding the question!
Do you even know what should go there?
The numbers are...
Okay, so they are going to make me enter them again.
Are you kidding me? You're... Ah!
Oh, please tell me he fell asleep. He passed out. Please tell me he just passed the fuck out. Oh, okay. He's just in a ball.
Eric, it's been an hour. Would you just get used to it?
He's
already?
out for an hour?
How can I? I mean, it's a robot!
God, if this was me in that situation, I'd be like, oh my God, it's a fucking robot. Yeah. Like what? Like, I mean, this clearly different personality types. I mean, obviously. But at the same time, I'd be like, this is fucking cool.
For real? Could you maybe do something about it?
I guess maybe the plugs are just like down the... Don't put it back on.
Is this better?
Yeah. Now the shape brings out your eyes.
So this doesn't freak you out or anything at all?
I could say the same to you.
Well, not much phases me. I'm just not that type. You could have been a Martian for all I care.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first found out. I thought my heart was in my throat.
You don't have a heart.
Hey, hold on. Did you say when you first found out?
I meant it happened to me before. In the past. In another history.
Another?
Oh God, now we're gonna
I
really
remembered
confuse the shit out of him.
everything. When I saw what I looked like earlier.
Is he here still? He's here still, right?
You see, my brain isn't located in this head. My thought center is there, inside the quantum computer. That is where I think, perceive, and send command signals to this body. For example, when I raise my hand like this, it's simply receiving a command. Just like a remote-controlled toy. Did you know? A quantum state is one where all possibilities overlap and coexist. This quantum computer, then, is able to use this state and run, say, simulations A, B, and C simultaneously. Basically, my brain is an infinite number of worlds and possibilities.
Oh, okay.
So I can use that framework and, well, jump between other histories.
Oh, there's no way
That I could do that? But it's possible that you two might be undergoing the same thing. There's a theory. Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain. It's called quantum mind. It's more or less suggesting a human brain is a form of quantum computer. If a specific set of conditions are met, then you too can.
Jump to other histories?
Okay.
This sounds like crazy talk.
You don't believe
Well, because we've
me?
never seen either of them
course
jump.
not.
Oh, I don't blame you. I guess I should explain everything then.
Please? Start at the beginning.
Before I begin, I need to do one little thing.
Bang. God, he could at least set his head down, like, less aggressively every time.
What did you just do?
Just a little something.
Sorry, what? Huh? Ninety the fuck?
Nothing changed. Huh.
That we can see. But it looks like the message changed.
Yes, I started up the system earlier.
It says force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. What does that even mean?
Wait, it seems like there's something else.
The key items are...
A mother's mementos?
I wonder what those could be.
So those are, we know what those are.
So, this is saying we need to find them?
Does that mean they're hidden around here somewhere?
Even if that's true, I don't think we have the time.
Damn. Guess our time's up.
Except not for Mira.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
I don't blame you for not believing me, Eric. You're a massive scaredy pants shithead idiot who got tunnel vision for a heartless serial killer. Yes, thank you. I get it. Successfully activate the force quit box it's bigger on the inside. All right, I think it's over to C team. Is it the same scene on everybody's? It is the same scene on everybody's. Okay, so before we do this scene, I need to use the bathroom. So can you give me a couple minutes to go use the bathroom, and then we'll come back and we'll do this last little scene right here? Well, little. I say little, but I imagine this is going to be a hell of a thing. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll come right back. Enjoy the music and stick around, and we'll see what the hell happens now that everybody's back together. All right? Be right back. All right, I'm back. Thank you for sticking with me through that break. You has popcorn? Am I gonna need my popcorn? I got popcorn too in case I need it. Although my mouth may be hanging open too much to be able to say anything or eat anything. So, okay, let me confirm this. Oh, because I'm not back in the game. We have the entire flowchart filled out besides the far ending. Actually, I need to do one thing before we start. I'm going to just do this real quick. Getting a little bit of blowback from dinner, so I'm gonna go take something real quick. I have this shit. I have this papaya enzyme stuff that's supposed to help with digestion, especially when I've got like a little bit of kickback in the digestion. So All right. See what the hell happens. How wild is this going to get? Because I think it's going to get super wild.
I knew it. Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The 3 wards were all in the same place. Then...
Wait, now everybody's just up?
Carlos!
Akane, Junpei.
And Mira, and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards, keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
Hey.
So, does that mean?
Yeah. I remember everything.
I do too.
Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Okay.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Oh.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Does everybody have the other history's memories?
Then you're like us.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them.
Oh.
Maybe I'll start from the beginning. First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Then...
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I hacked my own system too.
Okay.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
Okay.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a kid here. I know he's a robot, but there's a kid here.
He what?
It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention.
Uh-huh.
I casually invited Junpei to the power room. You can see the results of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
I don't think you could have
If I
acted.
had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
Ah.
And after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories.
Does that mean everybody was watching effectively? Does that mean Fi saw that?
Right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Oh God, of course he still has the shotgun. Nobody went and grabbed it.
Q? Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening. You were the one who named me, Diana.
I mean...
It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question. Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All 6 of you know that you are shifters, correct? Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time?
Nope.
No, of course you
Not even in the slightest.
You jumped in from another history using your shift abilities. And it wasn't just this once. You have been shifting back and forth many times. From one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances. Much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer.
Okay.
So I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
You don't?
I have another power instead.
Which is the fucking mind
Power
control shit.
to mind hack.
Okay, suddenly we're XCOM.
Mind hack?
Well, that's bad.
I am able to read other people's minds.
Okay, maybe.
I know the thoughts and ideas that go through their heads. That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection...
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing.
Hey!
There are people in this world with the ability
How's it going,
to
Kate
jump
Foxy?
between histories. That shifters exist.
Okay.
Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
Delta literally mind hacked Eric into shooting. Yeah. That is why he didn't deserve that ending. Okay, I can understand that.
You did all this because you were curious?
It's no better than Ace doing it in the first game.
Significant. It's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know?
Well, I mean, part of it is that if he didn't do all of this trapping, he doesn't exist. That's one thing.
It is so you give birth to Phi and myself,
Oh,
Diana.
I'm a little ahead of the curve.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course.
Wait, so he has the music box?
Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time.
Hang on. Hang on, they both went to 1904? That doesn't make any sense.
Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
Age.
Again, it doesn't... we're missing something because she's not 124.
German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
You're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904?
And then someone shot her forward to
again
2008?
2008?
Technically, what was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
But wait, that also means that there's another Phi out there who's the same age as Delta? Somewhere?
We've gone off topic. But yes, that was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same.
I mean, it's possible. Half of me was fucking expecting her, like, the other Phi to walk in. But
Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
wait, hang on. You want to run that by me again, sir?
You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code.
Reproductive cells are the same. So, okay. So, if it wasn't this exact set of sequences that was happening, then he wouldn't be born the exact same way, or at all in this case. But if even one thing had been different throughout this entire experiment, he would have been born differently. Maybe still born, but the factors that determined who he is now would have been different. No, I think they just starve with their parents, because they don't. I mean, maybe, I don't know. It hasn't been shown that. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
By backing them into a crisis situation,
Oh, they fucking...
he caused
Clearly.
an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells. I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Wait, then what's Phi's unique
Stop.
power?
This is the reason I have my mind hacking abilities. Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter.
I still don't get what the point of all this is. You about to like...
D-Team, do you recall what was written on your wall?
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
What the fuck?
Oh, our decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision games were held. So that the Phi and me, here and now, would materialize exactly the way we are.
No, but... Okay, so I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions. But the rest of us had nothing to do with...
I already told you. My motives are complex.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting for him to shoot somebody.
Wait, there's more?
Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fuck, no!
Dive kick. Well, no, that's bad. That was Eric's feet. Don't let the gun there. Dive kick. Eric's got that gun. I don't like this.
It's over.
They really... I understand they probably only modeled Eric really handling the gun that way. But he needs to not have the gun.
You may be right.
He needs to not have the gun.
Diana, take this. Put it in. Your bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing Force Quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad.
What?
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
I mean, that is definitely a forced quit, if you're going to call it anything.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the force quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
What's back there?
No!
Why would you?
Gab.
Wow, really?
Did you kill Gab?
What was the fucking point of that?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
Oh, okay.
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you, Sean.
So what's the other thing?
Yeah, there's another thing.
You had two things to tell
It's
us.
kind of a fucked up thing, but all right, what's the second thing?
The ability to mind hack.
We already know that.
But I've not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment, but I am able to control someone's body as I wish. Like this.
Oh, so now we don't know how to get out.
Eric, why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
Understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is...
Kill 6 people.
The other...
Or 5 people in this case. Because the fucking body discovery announcement should play.
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
Again, I'm waiting for the body discovery announcement. Oh, no, that's not what that is.
What should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
Like, listen, Mira, I know you're good at this. I know you've done it a lot, but not now. We already know a way out.
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Excuse me, ma'am. There are 3 people here, or 2 people here who can't shift. Is it Sean or Delta marked as Q on the XOR schemes? It's always been Delta. In theory. Anytime it's ever been Q's death, my understanding is that it's never actually been Sean. It's always been Delta.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and I...
Yeah,
I'm sure it will be fine.
he's just the robot buddy.
Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also...
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
to be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
Well, there happens to be 6 of us over here.
We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can...
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then
What about the ending where we all got out?
we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive.
What about the very beginning of the game?
Do you mean...
Yes. Yes, the ending where everybody got out. Literally the ending where everybody got out.
The history where we won the coin toss.
Because everybody's out, and suddenly we had no brains. Like everybody's like, what the fuck? I think we just forgot a bunch of shit.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea.
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies, and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
What?
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point.
There's that phi logic kicking
If we
in.
assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are essentially strangers.
Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so,
I swear to God, he watched that Futurama episode, and then made this game.
we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves? Huh.
Well, we got a minute to figure this out. And remember, folks, talking is a free action.
We're out of time. I'll say it again. We have two choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. A final decision game.
Listen. Hey, if it's not a spoiler anymore because we sort of know everything that's going on at this point, feel free to drop it. Okay. Are you giving me a minute to decide? We surviving. It's not like we haven't done this to ourselves before. Wait. Oh. Is it just any team and it goes there? I kept wondering, why is the intro sequence not done? All right, I got to see what happens when we shift. When confronted with something he can't understand, he tells her mumbles my complex motives. Mind hack, motherfucker. Followed by killing a dog and getting shot by Eric. I'm going to send this to a friend. Did they watch today?
Hey, hold on. Why are we outside?
I have no clue.
When I woke up, we were on the ground over there.
Huh?
What is it?
Didn't we all have something attached to our left wrists?
I suppose we might have.
Coin.
Huh?
Nothing. I just saw an image of a coin flash in my mind. It was flipped and falling.
Come to think of it. Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but...
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something?
Where's your heart?
Who is this kid?
I have somebody asking me questions. Sorry. I want to pause so it doesn't get past the point that I haven't seen. The another Delta meme. Oh. The entire reason I clicked over here was to do this. To send that one. Alright, let's take a look at the other one. What's the other one looking at? How is that word wrong? All right. Oh. No. See, now once the game's over, it's free reign to talk about fucking anything. And I'm gonna be looking up memes. Because yes.
Oh, they fuck.
All right. So suddenly they don't know who the kid is, which is interesting. Bad end? Good end? No end? Oh, that was not a good end. That was one of the side ends. Oh, okay. So we have to not shift? Maybe the bomb explosion is fake? Maybe? You woke up and clicked the wrong thing. Yep. I'm like, fuck it. Let's see what happens when we survive. Yeah. You gotta hit the thing. I did hit the thing. There was an extra thing there. There's also just another thing if we don't do the thing I just did. Stomach is still very upset with me, which is impressive because normally it's not. And unfortunately, I don't have anything like... I don't think we have any milk in the apartment. Otherwise, I'd go get like a small half glass of milk and chug that down. Don't need to tell him that. So, yeah, this is the one before you win. Oh yeah, I had to see what it was. 'Cause I'm like, well, clearly I was like, what happens if we just shift and survive? And it's because, oh, nobody remembers who the kid is. So the ending where Carlos teleported to the VLR timeline, bust through the X door from the other side to save Junpei and Akane. What is this ending even called if we did this? Yeah, the question mark is a lot like that. It's a little less obvious when you have the information needed to unlock something, like unlike in the first two games. In the first two games, it was clear because there was a lock. And then when you knew when you could get to that lock and get through it, it showed it open. When the first game was a lock and the second game was a book. Excuse me? How did that... Wait. Was the ending I got before a fake ending? Is this going to update to a new thing? Okay, whoa. Show me the timeline. Wait. Huh? Where was that end? Okay. Huh? I clicked the wrong node? What? You didn't go into the you went to the you didn't go in the actual node, you went in the ending node. Oh, I am an idiot. Okay. I was like, what the fuck? All right, well, let's see what happens when we shift out, because clearly that's what this did. That's what this does.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but...
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
In my defense, in my defense, yes, I did mess up, but I thought they would just like, you go to that end, you go to the sun ending, and then it ticks down, and then like after the credits roll, something else happens. But anyways. Fucking Warriors of Light kicking in. That has got to be a very weird experience for them.
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Oh, must have worked.
Life is unfair. Don't you think?
I was gonna say, he's alive in this cutscene, isn't he? I just thought about that. Shit.
You bastard.
17 years ago, a snail traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely
I didn't even think about the fact that the motherfucker's alive in this zone.
Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Ugh, would you just quit talking nonsense?
Well, the dog's alive.
I'm so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
For what?
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see.
Of who?
But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories,
You're gonna explain that to the police?
Not pay attention. I don't have the ability to shift. The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind hacked you. In effect, the me you know is a different person than the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history?
That's like that thought crime shit.
So, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals of
Oh god, does he have fucking Radical Q on him right now?
What about conspiracy to commit?
Radical,
Yeah.
no, not
I'm betting
Q.
this history's
Radical 6 on him
got
right
a
now?
bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away. Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite. Why? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Vi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6. There is only a bright future ahead for all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
I'm so conflicted by this point.
According to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
A religious fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Fi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Carlos is literally just going to be walking down the street one day and he's going to just like zone out for a second, see a nuclear explosion go off and go, I think I'll go to the left today.
Huh.
Maybe I will get the
You
turkey
said
sandwich.
Something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira.
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If
That
we
also
work
doesn't
together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
Fucking squad up. We're going after one person.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex.
I'm looking at that photo you just sent me,
Imagine.
or sent me a little while ago.
What if none of you had experienced the events that occurred?
Wait, is he trying to double mind fake us and be like, I specifically released Radical 6 in a timeline so that I would exist. So I could trap not 8 other people, well, 7 people and a robot in a shelter, so they would get the motivation to go and find the guy who commits the crime and starts the nuclear war, or triggers the nuclear war to start, and stop him. Is that the shenanigans we're about to hear?
You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you.
That's some fucking, like, I don't think I have a number for that in terms of levels of chess, but it's up there.
Without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved. Does that upset you? Are you angry that
It's
your
up
life
there.
was played with?
It might even be 69D chess. I'm not even sure we're above that yet. But more complex
Very
motives.
well. I will give all of you one last choice.
Don't, please, not an Eric. Thank God it wasn't Eric
With
this
that
time.
gun
Oh my God.
there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be? Pull the trigger or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
Jesus Christ. I'm not shooting him the first time. Fuck this. Oh yes, he's an absolute psychopath. There's not even a gain all the cinema files. All right. It's true. In theory, he hasn't killed anyone. And he set up the world with effectively the fucking super squad of shifters to be able to go through and somehow find the guy and stop him? Even across all the timelines? Again, everything's been good. Causing the virus outbreak to kill 4 billion people. Caused the front timeline to happen of Zero Time Dilemma, or of VLR, which that entire sequence had to happen in that way to allow Phi and Sigma to go back and experience the events here so that Sigma and Diana could make Phi and make Delta in order to experience the events and have them all be triggered. Oh. Huh. It's like DC Douglas was in there somewhere. And he technically stopped a nuclear holocaust from happening at this point because we have the people who can now sort of stop it? I mean, this is some loopy shit. But like, one of the timelines is devoted to making sure he and Phi are born. And even that, he's technically being good since he's setting up all the other crap in motion to make that happen. You know those ascended thinking memes of the brain image? Yeah. I don't doubt for a second there's one for this game. Mira and Eric are the in the VLR timeline. Mira and Eric, the two crazies, are dead. Yeah. That's some good. This is some good shit. That's all I need to know. I also know Ko's playing this game, or no, he's playing VLR right now. I don't know if he's going to continue it or not, but I need to go back and see if he played 999, because if he played 999, it's real fucking perfect. Yeah, now we do the force quit end where we don't jump. Absolutely. So that means we can even expand it further. He made the entire sequence of 999 happen. So Akane would become zero in that to awaken, I'm guessing, her and Junpei's ability to shift. VLR was about awakening Phi and Sigma's ability to shift. And ZDT was about awakening Diana and Carlos's ability to shift, just so that we could get Eric and Mira shifted. Story about the snail is connected to Akane in some form. Isn't that how her parents died? Like, they died because of the actions that, in theory, the snail changed? Which caused her to be the way she was, which caused Junpei to do all this stuff. So this is actually the real end of the game, I think. This was finish the ending. I don't know if we fucking know. All right, hang on. Hang on. Hang the fuck on. I love how the ending of the game was literally right here the entire time. Literally right here the entire time. All right, so we jump back. Semi-final, final decision. And we choose to not shift and then get exploded, I'm assuming. What happens if I just let time run out? Does that count as a no shift? This game's done that before, where running out of time gives you a different thing. What is happening? Is that it? Is that what's happening? That was a quick end. Wow, that was super fast. Holy crap. All right. So that literally got me 3 achievements in one. All right, so we got all the trophy. Holy shit! Hang on, what the fuck? That was a lot of things at the end there. Watch all the cinematics in a fragment. Oh no, here we go. All the C team, Q team, and D team fragments. Clear all fragments. I think that was everything, and then I got the ending for all achievements. A snail was on a narrow path. The lady who took a different path to avoid hurting the snail, Mira killed that woman, which I'm pretty sure was Akane's mom. Pin the blame on Akane's dad, who he was arrested for the crime he didn't commit. As a result, the wife. Oh wait, no, it wasn't her. It wasn't his mom. The wife kills herself out of I guess guilt would be like that, yeah. Exotic one. We've done everything. We literally just, you missed me doing the final ending by like 5 minutes. I've also been told there's a few other things. Yeah, so we've seen everything. We even did the super death ending where everybody dies. So the taxi the husband would have taken was open for the doctor to take, which led to them dying, which led to Sean not having his doctor for the life-saving surgery. Yeah. Really? It's good that you knew about it, and I don't think they usually give you a ticket for that shit, do they? It's usually a go get it fixed, and if I catch you with it again, we have to do something about it. Right? Isn't that how that goes? Isn't that how that goes? All right. Sean dying meant that Delta couldn't finish the quantum computer to find the terrorist that would kill the human race. And yes. Good. I'm glad you didn't get a ticket for that. I'm glad you didn't get a ticket for that. Okay, so one of my friends mentioned that there's some extra stuff that shows up now. Oh, wait. I think we actually, wait, no, I think we have to go into the game. All the characters in this game are very closely related, yes. So my friend mentioned to me they add a bunch of files. Oh, okay, yes. So I guess we could just jump in at any point and do this. The one was Eric's mom. At first I thought it was Akane's mom because I thought they were setting that up, but then they were like, no, Akane's mom killed herself from guilt. I didn't know it was Eric's mom, but it kind of makes sense because he says the same stuff. All right, so what my friend has told me, here we go. Man, there is part of me that, wait, do they actually say? Oh. I didn't know they gave me this. Okay, hang on. We gotta read. I didn't know. I would have missed this entirely. We got reading to do. God, this entire game is like fucking wild. That's the only thing I can even describe it as. All right. Well, we need to just. I want to do this. Also, when Zero said this specifically to Phi, was that a hint that like he knows who Phi is at that point? Like, was that supposed to be a hint of who he was in relation to Phi? No. It's weird. Like, he did a lot of fucked up shit and he caused a lot of fucked up timelines, but he also, in doing all this fucked up shit to a fucked up timeline, to fuck up a lot of timelines, he created a timeline where everyone survives. 42069 D chess at this point, like the number keeps going up and I can never decide how deep the fucking layers were. Because the more I think about it, the more layers there are. Where do the air ducts go? Oh, he has a small... He has a rug in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on, hang on. Now we're starting to get into the stuff that's the end of the game. Salty at Mira? Yeah. Zeros were never truly villains in these games. They had valid motivations for what they did. Danganronpa, on the other hand, they are just fucking crazy in Danganronpa. Now, I want you to remember, the guy who did Danganronpa... wow, I'm blanking on his name. I should know his name off the top of my head. Kazusaka Kodaka. Kodaka-san, basically. Kodaka-san and Uchikoshi-san, who wrote the entire Zero Escape series, are working on a game together. And I cannot express how much this... Like, I was excited about it before, but having now played the Zero Escape series and having already played Danganronpa 1, 2, and 3, fuck, I'm dropping everything to play that game when it comes out. Everything. I will be playing that as soon as it comes out. Because, Jesus... Oh God, I can't, like, it's gonna... Yes, yes. They have made a oh God, what's it called? 2Q? It's a company called 2Q Games, Tookyu Games. It is formed by... So they have Kazutaka Kodaka, which is the Danganronpa series writer. They have the Zero Escape series director, Kotaro Uchikoshi. They have the composer from Danganronpa, Masafumi Takada, who, my God, that man knows how to write some bangers. And then they have Rumi Komatsuzuki. Oh, wow, I'm going to mess her name up. Komatsuzaki? Yes. They have made a if you want to see the Wikipedia article on it, that's their thing. They have I think they have multiple games they're working on. They're working on an anime series. So we have Death Comes True and Death March Club. We don't know anything about it yet because it's... Oh God, it comes out in my birth month. This is gonna be the best fucking birthday present ever. Well, assuming it's in English at the same time. And then we have Death March Club, which... So we have Death Comes True, which I'm trying to find the description of that. Oh, really? Okay. So they're making an anime, which is going to be great. Death March Club is the one with Kodaka-san and Uchikoshi-san doing the direction. And then here's the best part. Even though they're doing all of this, they are still working with Spike Chunsoft. What the... Huh? Fuck? hell is that? Okay. A little weird, but all right. The missing Tetsuya Nomura, Yoko Taro. Oh, jeez. Don't give Yoko Taro access to these people. People can only take it so much. Here's an interesting thing that I didn't know that they said back in September of 2018, which I think is right around the time Danganronpa V3 came out. According to Kodaka, the Danganronpa guy, they would love to go back to the Danganronpa series in the future at some point. So we might even get a Danganronpa 4, which I did not like what they did at the end of Danganronpa V3. I think it's probably the worst ending of all three of the games. But I would love to see more of that universe because fucking Christ, that universe is great. I mean, this was kind of a walking simulator-ish, so maybe? Yeah, that ending is pretty what the fuck. It's like, well, wait a fucking second. I realized what we were what he was saying as we were talking about it. I'm like, wait, he just made a world where everybody's gonna win. And we have a bunch of people who can all shift between timelines to find the right answer and know exactly where the guy is so we can just find him. And I also have a quantum computer to make shit happen. It's fucky. All right, so we have all of these. Wait, do we know about these? Is this new? Hang on. What was... Okay, we're just starting here because we've got to go, and we're reading. By the way, welcome to just chatting because we're going to be reading a lot of stuff. So this is Diana and Sigma talking back and forth. So this must be Fate. I don't know who's who, but Fate. Diana smiles weakly from the bed and stares at Sigma's question. Do you remember? You told me that yourself. Wait, I never said that. If it really was me, then yes, the Sigma who was 67 inside. Diana shifted her frail hand closer to Sigma, and he gently grasped it between his own. The Sigma before her is not the one who was trapped in the shelter. It's the same body, but it's a different consciousness. On April 3rd, 2029, Sigma was at the headquarters of Crash Keys. His eye and arm replaced with robotic ones. Oh, so Crash Keys did that for him. Okay. There, the young Sigma returns to his body from 45 years in the future and begins to carry out Akane's instructions. How many years has it been since you came here, Diana? A little over 3. I think I followed you here in May of 2029. A violent coughing fit takes over as she speaks. Sigma helps her sit up and softly pats her back until it subsides. Why did the medical pod work? Told you it's fate. Diana's skin is deathly pale, but her eyes still shine with life, just like a child's. Anything... Oh, yeah. All this stuff is like new... I mean, this is technically not new because we should know what this all means, but I want to go through some of this because this is information we have never seen. Oh, okay, yeah, we're still here. I've always dreamt of coming here. Did you know that, Diana? Did you know that Diana is the name of the goddess of the moon? I've wanted to do this ever since I was little, so I'm perfectly fine dying here. What are you saying? I've been expecting to spend the last 3 years living... I've been able to spend the last 3 years living with you, Sigma. I've treasured every moment. Sigma lowered his head, his expression pained. Please don't make that face. You don't need to be sad. In the year 2074, you'll shift back to Christmas 2028, and then the next day, old me will head to the decon facility in the Nevada desert to meet you. Diana nods. Sigma closes his eyes and shakes his head. That's not it. I mean, I'm in love with the you... His declaration stops as Diana's lip close over his in a kiss, and the rest of his words are lost. After a moment, Diana murmurs, "It must be a wonderful future, the future where we found each other in 2028. Sigma holds onto her tightly, aching, heartfelt sobs echo within a cold, silent world. So that's literally like she passes on right there. Both love and luck help the bold? Okay, we know this is Sean now. But Phi also... Oh, okay, this is also important because we didn't know about this. Rumors she became a brilliant scientist and worked at a research facility in the US well into her hundreds. The facility was researching the transporter, and that's where 5 from 1904 is. That explains why she knows where to send. She knows where to send herself as a kid. Oh, okay. Got it. All right, post payoff. Let's learn. Imagine a game by the efforts of Uchikoshi, Kodaka, Nomura, Yotaro, Nasu, Kojima, and Hideki Anno. Do I know Hideki Anno? I should probably know this, but who is that? Oh, the Evangelion guy. Got it. Sorry. I was like, wait. Okay, well then I need to explore a second one because I know Nas. Oh, that's the Fate guy, isn't it? Yes. I was like, wait, I didn't know Kanoko. Is that where that came from? Well, there's an interesting little factoid. I didn't know that Nasu, the guy who created the entire Fate series, has a degree from Hosei University in human science. Didn't know that. Oh God, excuse me. But yes, let's just decide to fuck everyone up. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's throw Gen Urobuchi into that. That is his name, right? Yeah, let's just throw Gen Urobuchi into that. You know, why not? That man's 47 years old. I didn't know that. If you don't know Gen Urobuchi, you probably would know. You know him for a lot of stuff because he's been involved in a lot of things. I mean, he was the director for Fate Zero, so that's one way you know him. He was the director for Psycho Pass. He created Puella Magi Madoka Magica, which if you haven't watched that show, go fucking watch that show. It's an incredible show. And then Sayano Uta and Kamen Rider Gaime? Probably Gaime. But yes, Gen Urobuchi would be in there, and we would make sure some people are fucking sad. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Are you guys ready to learn about what happens to people? Let's learn. The day is bright and clear. A girl in a white dress strolls along the beach, the wind tossing her long blonde hair playfully. Up until a half a year ago, she'd been confined to a bed. Carlos's eyes still tear up every time he sees her smile. Come on, Carlos, you don't always have to help me. That's the point of my rehab. Oh, you're right. Sorry, Maria. There was definitely a point where I thought Sean was Maria. I legit thought that as a possibility before I understood everything. I was like, oh, that would be a real fucky thing if he finds out that no, it's not only his sister over there, but she's got a weird ass helmet on there. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Maria. Carlos brushes her hair out of her face. It's definitely not the summer sun that's making him act out of sorts. It's the fact that his sister is here, standing before him. Maria grins up at him. What would Akane and Junpei say if they saw you being all fussy like this? It's fine. They understand how important you are to me. Both you and Junpei put your lives on the line. That was a different history, but going through that means we know how to treat reverie syndrome. Oh, that's right, because the reason that reverie syndrome exists is that somebody is shifting uncontrollably, constantly. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. I'm just glad you're able to control it now. It's all because Carlos met Akane and Junpei that Maria is able to recover. He wishes he could show them just how well she's doing. You're thinking about them right now, aren't you, Carlos? What makes you say that? Because you're smiling. Carlos closes his eyes as his unconscious smile turns fond. They're just about your age. Feels kind of like I gained a brother and another sister. You are going to their wedding, aren't you? Yeah, and you're coming with me. But there's something Carlos needs to do first. Back when the three of them parted ways, I'll wait to hear word from you when you locate that terrorist. Carlos held his right hand out towards Akane and Junpei, and the other two grabbed onto it with their own. There was no way of knowing if Delta was telling the truth, but if he was, one fanatic would kill off all of humanity. Akane and Junpei vowed to find this person, and Carlos offered to help. He can still feel the strong bond between the three of them, their hands clasped together tightly. I suppose I better get used to talking more before the wedding, huh? Holding her hair out of her face, Maria reaches out to her brother, who takes her hand in his, and they continue walking down the beach. Same blue sky above them stretches over friends Carlos knows he can rely on. I can't wait for this fucked up family to happen, because this is not going to be nice. Junpei sits upon a white sofa somewhere within the secret location of Crash Keys, twiddling the pen and sighing. What should I say? Laying on the table in front of him is a half-written letter. Suddenly, Kane pops up behind him. I just imagine him just deep in thought, and then the shot is from the same angle, and you're just kind of seeing him like, what do I do with this? And then you just see Akane's face slowly appear up, and just kind of like, what's going on? And then he just sort of jumps. Yeah, see? Ah! What are you doing, Junpei? He dives for the letter, but she snatches it from his fingers and begins reading. Let's see. Carlos, without you, Akane and I would have never gotten together. Thank you. Is this an invitation to the wedding? No, of course not. Makes a grab for the paper, but Akane quickly moves it out of his reach. It's just a progress report. Oh, okay, yeah, I mentioned the wedding, but the date hasn't been set yet. We made a promise to you and your brother. We wouldn't get married until we've at least dealt with the fanatic. Kane's face flushes bright red. She hastily hides her face behind the letter and goes back to reading. I'd like nothing more than to get the approval and blessing of our old friends and of those you met, and those of you we met 6 months ago. Eyes wide, Akane glances up at Junpei. He avoids her gaze, awkwardly scratching the back of his head. This sounds way, way more like the Junpei we knew from the first game. Oh, no, I know. And literally the moment where the game's like, oh yeah, that Phi is like Sigma's kid. And then Cathonic was just like, he had that shit on deck. He's just like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And just dropped him in chat. And I was like, that does explain why everybody was reacting that way. It still made it funny when I did it. So Carlos basically is on the beach with his sister, and they're sort of spending time together. And we find out at this point that Carlos' sister is actually Junpei and Akane's age. So, 22? Which doesn't explain, which I guess Carlos is 25-ish, maybe? I don't know. But, basically, he's dealing with the fact that he's going to be, I guess, the best man at their wedding, so. And that he's enjoying the time he now gets to spend with his sister now that they've cured her reverie syndrome. And this was Akane finding out that Junpei's been writing the letter to basically everybody they've met so far to get their approval of the marriage, which I don't think he needs it, but he's doing it anyways. You know, there's a history where I kept searching for you, and even after I'm old and craggy, it exists out there somewhere. And when I think of that, a sharp pain jolts through Junpei's face. Akane is pinching his cheek. Ow, ow, ow! It hurts! What are you doing? To prove to you that this isn't a dream, Akane giggles. You still can't believe we're together like this. Junpei shakes his head. You've changed a lot, Junpei. Half a year ago, you were never this honest. It's like, I don't know, how do I want to describe it? Like a dream? Junpei leans in and quickly pinches Akane's. Oh, now you've done it. She darts forward and goes after Junpei with both hands, getting in a pinch wherever she can. Junpei does the same. Once they start laughing, it's very hard to stop. And they keep going until they're out of breath. I guess this is all thanks to Carlos, too. That's why I'm writing the thank you letter. On Akane's left hand, a ring glitters on her ring finger, because it's actually on the right hand this time. All right, who's ready to learn about the Mira? I don't know how this is going to happen, but... Hey, Mira, how are you feeling? You lonely? come on, Eric. You visited last week. Oh, wait, is she in jail now? Eric smiles wryly and reaches out to Mira with his left hand. Mira does the same, and their hands with matching silver rings align on either side of the plexiglass window. Okay, good. She in jail. I brought a new guest to see you today. Eric shifts to the side and a head pops into view. Hi, Mira. Wait, does he have his helmet on? I mean, I guess people don't question shit, but like, maybe she turned herself in? I guess we'll find out. Hi, Amira. Long time no see. It's Sean, right? Yeah, I'm happy you remembered. Behind Mira, the sun is shining through an iron-barred window, lighting up the visitor's room. Been a long time, Sean. It's good to see you. The smile that appeared on her face is actually real this time. Mira no longer needs to plaster on a fake one. Oh, she did turn herself in. Excellent. Okay, that's better than I thought. Probably got a helmet that looks like a human head now. I don't know. If it was me, I'd be like, you know what, Sean? Let's keep the helmet on. Let's confuse the shit out of some people. Let's get some weird ass looks when they ask. And if they say anything, it's like, he just loves wearing the helmet. I can't stop him. I don't want to stop him. I heard you turn yourself in. I was really surprised. Eric was the one who convinced me. He said that I should pay for my sins so we could be together. So that's why you got married in jail? Eric ducks his head shyly. Are you sure you're okay with this? Mira asked. He looks at her in confusion. Don't you regret marrying me? I did carve out your heart in another timeline. Is that what you said, Sean? I mean, yeah, you did. It was with an arrow, but I shot him in a crossbow bolt. I shot him with that crossbow bolt before. Eric looks at Mira straight in the eye. I already told you this a bunch of times. I forgive you, no matter what happens. Besides, you haven't killed me in this history yet, right? Yet. But the Heart Rippers killed people already. So many. Sean, stop it. Eric turns angrily on Sean, and Mira's face falls into a frown, but Sean continues speaking. You turned yourself in, Mira. That doesn't mean you've paid for all the crimes you did. I know the family and friends that were left behind would forgive you even if you were put on death row. There's no way you can clear your sins here. But there is a way to clear them. I mean, well, not what you've already done, technically. You have to pay for those your whole life. That will never change, but maybe you can in another universe. What? Sean's fist crashes through the plexiglass window. What the fuck? What? Mira jumps backwards while Eric is frozen in shock. What are you? Eric can't even finish speaking before Sean moves, jumping through the broken window. He kicks the outside wall of the visitor's room, causing it to crumble and reveal a giant hole. An alarm immediately starts blaring and police officers rush into the room, but Sean darts forward and takes them all down in the blink of an eye. He holds his hand out to Mira. Let's go. Wait, go where? I know where the transporter is being stored. You're saying we should go change history? Eric finally stutters. Yeah, to stop young Mira from committing murder. I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can clear your sins. Mira stares out through the hole in the wall at the horizon extending beyond. Isn't that gonna fuck the timeline? You were expecting to touch a reunion, but it was me, Sean. Isn't that gonna fuck the timeline up? Or maybe this is actually the timeline that's supposed to happen? So like in this timeline she's still a murderer, but in the other timeline she becomes not a murderer? I don't know how that works. I don't know what happens with that. I feel like that's just going to cause problems. Where there's not murdering. I mean, but like, you needed her to be a murderer to do all of the timeline shit that she did to get her in position, right? Doesn't she have to do all the murdering in the different timelines in order to make the things happen? Like, doesn't that fuck up the timeline a bit more? Or am I, the whole timeline mess wouldn't happen in that one history? Because, I mean, technically, they're still here. And I guess in theory, they're about to die because the cops are going to shoot them down. But, alright. Well, there's our, post-game shenanigans. Let's see. Akane doesn't lose her parents. Sean doesn't die and helps Delta find the terrorist. Eric can have a happy childhood. But everybody dies because the terrorist goes off. So, I mean, they get to be happy for a while and then, well, other stuff. Yes. I mean, I guess Eric... The quantum computer gets finished? Yeah. So I guess Sean is going to be the one that finds the actual terrorist because he is the quantum computer. Imagine fucking the squad of Terminator Sean's busting through the wall of the terrorist and just bashing him. They would find the terrorist with Sean's assistance after he's recovered from surgery. Real Sean, not Robo Sean. Wait, he would be the quantum computer in the other timeline? I mean, I guess technically the quantum timeline is everything in existence, and they're saying that, like, human existence is all tied to a different quantum computer, so it's... Yes. Let's just go with yes. Or he would build it with Delta? Oh, okay. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Is the one helping design the quantum computer. He died before the computer could be completed. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, I understand. They would use it to locate the terrorist and prevent the need for the Nonary games to create the hunting squad. Yeah. That was a hell of a game. That was a hell of a 3 games. I'm glad I got it done before I have to leave for PAX. Because that was some good shit. The only thing is, I still have like 2 hours of game time and I have no idea what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the PAX Pox. Except I won't. Because every convention I go to, I have this shit with me. I take 2 of these every day. And also tell the people that I'm staying with in the hotel, take 2 of these every day. And, oh, the backpack is still in the car. I actually have on my backpack, I have like a little like D-clip with hand sanitizer in it. So always washing my hands constantly. So Delta would still be alive considering he was sent back before Mira birth, so he wouldn't be affected due to self-propagation. Yeah, okay. So they're basically effectively only changing that chunk of the time. Because in theory, Mira didn't... I mean, sure, she murdered a lot of motherfuckers in timelines and caused a bunch of problems. Oh, God. I forgot that happened. Sorry. I saw... I forgot that today was the day that Zeke was starting Persona 4. Yeah. So that he's already full hooked. And that one timeline, she wouldn't have killed anybody, and yet everything would still be fine. Yeah. It would still sort of happen. But I also doesn't that mean that Phi... Wait, doesn't that mean that Phi and Delta would still have to have something happen to allow them to happen? Because Sigma and Diana don't get together if that doesn't happen. Self-propagation? the one timeline where they got together and sent the babies back seeded them into all timelines. Oh, okay. So because it happened at once and they basically put him back before the start of any of the timelines, effectively both of them back before the start of any timelines, they technically exist in all timelines, and going back and undoing what Mira does doesn't change the fact that they're already back in the timeline. The Brooch came back originally. I feel like that's I feel like it's kind of like Phi and Delta's names. It's kind of like a River Song moment of it just sort of happens. It's always existed, and it's like, well, where did Phi get her name? Well, she got her name from Phi. What? And Diana had it originally, but Diana got it in the one timeline where Phi died in the incinerator, and then gave it to Phi. Yes, technically Phi's existence and even her brooch is just a time paradox. Don't think about it too much. It just is. That's all you need to know, is that it just is. Double layered self-feeding loop, not a paradox. So like what's that called? I think there's a specific term for it, but instead of a circle, it's like a roller coaster loop. Yeah. It never really crashes and interacts with itself to the point where it becomes a problem, because you don't know you need it until that point. So yeah, that starts to get really wild really fast. I guess that's another question. Does that mean that, I guess that means that Eric and Mira have had latent abilities to be able to shift, but they were never in a position where they could control it, which is why the 6 of the other people had to amplify it? Right? I think. Yeah. There's some origin point of history where the two of them get together and give birth to the duo. Also where the brooch entered the system and be given to Phi. Like I said, it's like a Doctor Who thing. Where or any sort of self-fulfilling time loop is that the item exists at a certain point, and the end loop of that item existing is to come back and be given to the point where it exists. So it just happens. Yeah. They had latent abilities but couldn't activate them. Yeah. Yeah, all of this time, I mean, and we still have the timeline up in the future where everybody's in the space station after the end of VLR and explaining what the fuck is happening. But here's a question that I don't did we ever get any explanation for who Kyle was besides just a personality to be at the end? Who was Kyle? Am I like blanking on like who Kyle was supposed to be? At the end of VLR, that you are in the personality of somebody by the name of Kyle, which we knew was Sigma's body double. Because Kyle was not in this game. Which is why I was like, I thought they were like, if we don't tell you what happens, you don't go back and do it. And I was like, wait, who the fuck? You mean that weird extra yeah, was someone in Kyle's body? Yeah, exactly. That's the one I'm talking about. Did we ever explain who that was? Or is that Kyle's the son, as I recall, right? I don't know. He's not Delta. That's who I thought it was. We now know Delta can't do that. Do they explain Sigma's second child with Diana? I mean, that would make a lot of sense. I'm actually trying to go through a wiki. Awakens in the infirmary after his amnesia's gone. Doesn't appear. Yeah, I'm reading through it. How's a clone of Sigma? Supposed to be the player's consciousness? Apparently they asked Uchikoshi who Kyle was, and his response was, everyone is Kyle. Only mentioned once in the entire timeline. Okay, yeah. The person who inhabited Kyle's body in another time is officially known as just question mark. It's pretty like the best yeah. So the best explanation is that it's the player's existence. It's the player's consciousness is who that is. It's very fourth Wally breaky stuff. But yeah. So I don't know what to do for the rest of the night. I legit don't know what to do for the rest of the night. I could just pull up something like I could pull the Slay the Spire up. I don't know if I want to start another game because I really didn't plan for the game for this to be over in 2 hours. It's too late for a Zooter seed. I mean, I guess I could start one with the intention of not finishing it tonight, because we only have about an hour and a half before the stream's over. I don't know what to do. Actually, I know one thing I'm going to do.